You know what I gotta say about this song? Slaps. Let's go ahead and get started because we got people waiting on us. Everyone else is already tuning in to Max and Phil play Resident Evil 6. So we're gonna hop in and join that. 11 p.m.? Has it always said 11 p.m.? Guys, is it? Huh. Has it always said until 11 p.m.? That's weird. Does that mean we only have an hour left to play? That's... No, why would they do that? That'd be weird. Is it past people's bedtimes? Never noticed that. A new stage was added. Cool. Ah, yeah, I saw that one. Rawsome. Rawsome doesn't sound like a pure cartoony Nintendo phrase to just throw around, if I'm to be honest. Rawsome. I'm gonna use that one and see if it stumps Max again. But first, let's take a look around here. Well, alright. Oh, that's their... Okay, I get you. Team Action better not win because that is not my team. That's a good point. What's this one? Oh, that's violent. That's why we're not going with Action, because Action is violent. So we're gonna go with Comedy, because Comedy's funny. And nobody has ever gotten hurt from Comedy. Okay. No one else got images? Yeah, there you go. Fuck. I picked the wrong team. Oh, Comedy. Comedy. Woo me. See if there's any more around here. And then what I forgot to do last stream was look up, so we're gonna look up in just a second. Oh, that's a lot of detail. That's pretty cool. I like that. Wow, sick! That one was really sick. That'll win best post here. That wins worst post here. Wow, okay. I saw earlier on the title screen, there was what's that Woomy one? A SpongeBob one. Yeah, there's the SpongeBob one. That looks so ugly on the LED sign. Jesus. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to customize ourselves, but otherwise, we're ready to join the call of Max and Phil. Okay. And God said, let there be friends. And hello all.
Hello.
Good news.
What is it?
We invented a big gun that kills the virus.
You just gotta shoot everybody with it. It's fine. They'll all be fine.
Now, is that action or is that comedy?
Both.
And here we have the big predicament of action versus comedy.
Oh, okay, we need you didn't decide yet?
No, I chose comedy in the end.
Okay.
I think it's actually a pretty close thing between the two, but...
What are you doing?
I chose
Splatfest
action.
topic is action versus comedy movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Comedies such as Adam Sandler movies.
Alright, well then action it is.
Action movies such as Iron Man 2.
Thanks for the follow.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Alright, well, hey, we can't... Okay.
We did it.
What is this song?
Yeah.
This song is great already.
It's so good.
Oh, that was the end of that campaign? How many are left?
I'm pretty sure I saw a name that was like Jean Christensen Katsumoto, which I don't think is a real person.
I wish that was a real
Now we
person.
can-
That's a fucking awesome name.
And here we go for our after credit scene.
Oh man. Oh, we were dead all along.
This is where Big Boss comes out.
She looks like the guy from the first Evil Within.
Oh, I think they used this stage before.
I like her clothes.
Just
like
kidding. Where do we go?
I
Oh,
really
okay.
like
It's
that costume.
invisible. It's invisible platform. Sick. Okay.
You think they went all the way back into the mines to get the body so they could bury it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Resident Evil 7, that totally happens. Whoop. Shoot yourself. Right here. In front of God in the world.
Hey man, I'm playing some tune. Okay.
I don't get. Okay, so we're not going to arrest you. We're going to give you a gun instead. I feel like that's the complete other end.
Whoa.
And
Not
I
our
killed him.
president.
Listen, if I killed the president and I get to walk free, then you can do a little bioterrorist attack, all right? Like, it's all right. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Technically, you didn't pull the trigger. Shoots him in the head.
Is that the line we're gonna end it on? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, what a hero.
Love action
Well, that-
movies.
That ends pretty definitively. It's like we don't even have to play the other campaigns.
Except we do.
What? Whoa! Oh, actually, for once I had better accuracy. But I also had to shoot more stuff, I guess.
True.
Oh boy.
Well,
All right,
that,
G2, you did it.
that was a real hoot. Leon's campaign.
Super fun. Now
Super
it's time.
Oh, are we going right into it?
We're going right into it.
No break, no.
Nope, no holds barred, baby. It's time to be Chris. Chris Desu.
God, Christus.
Well, I get to be Chris.
Oh yeah, I get to be Piers. Or Pierce, or not. Wait, no, that's not Pierce's spell, is it?
Piers. His name is literally Piers.
Oh, so
Not
it's not
Pierce.
Pierce.
It's
Oh.
Piers.
So they almost gave him like a real name. And then
Chris
just
in
stopped.
Paris.
What's up, Nate? How you doing, man? It's Chris and Fuckboy.
Wow. Normally when I come back to Splatoon after a while, everyone's really good. But maybe you just got a lucky first game. Maybe that's all.
All the Nintendo guys are watching AGDQ.
But it has been like, that's true. But it has been like two Splatoon strains before I won a match, so that's cool.
That's the first time water has looked like fine in a video game, like in a cup.
I think it looked like Jello.
It looked like water though.
That's still progress, yeah.
It's progress.
No, what was the other game that had like really good water? It
In a
wasn't
cup?
Grand Theft Auto, I don't think.
No, it was
No,
not.
Grand Theft Auto.
No,
Grand
there was
Theft
one where
Auto
the
looked
water
like
was in a
Play-Doh.
cup and they poured it and it looked really fucking good for some reason.
Oh, Yakuza.
It 100% was Yakuza. Yes.
Yeah, it was. It's the power of the PS3.
Damn, Chris.
Yeah, he's a real. Ooh. You deserve that, piece of shit.
I guess I'm keeping the bottle. See ya.
That's what I'm doing.
Maybe
This
that
is-
was the plan.
A good rotation of maps. Also, yeah, I'm a little concerned because I started the game up and it said it was stopping at 11. I don't think it usually says that. It'd be weird if they cut Splatfest off an hour early, but we'll see.
11.
PM.
I guess we can stay in the bar now.
It's automatically your local time, so
Oh,
11 Eastern.
that's strange.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it normally doesn't say that. If anyone has time to look at a previous Splatfest VOD and see.
Metal Gear Wrong blanket.
Zamboni? No, that's not it. What is...
Samban Bros?
That guy looked like a friend.
Oh my god, Chris is just, he's all torn up. He has no idea what to do.
So since you picked comedy, Austin, I just watched a movie on Netflix earlier, Captain Underpants. Finally watched it.
Well,
Not
how
half
was
bad.
it? That's
It
kind of what I
wasn't half
figured.
bad. I mean, I totally would recommend it alone just because of the animation. Like, it's that good.
Honestly.
Plus, there's some neat little things in it.
Let's hear Max's opinion.
But also the humor isn't
have-
all the stupid
Alright.
potty humor from the books. So
I wasn't actually gonna say anything, but I wanted to see if Pop would stop.
Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Everyone in the bar was in on it. They all just want to be cool with Chris.
I was gonna say, they really... They kind of dropped the whole get out of the bar thing, like, real quick.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to see Captain Underpants.
no, it wasn't a bad movie at all. I think
It's-
it was
it's-
actually kind of fun.
I've after many Disney movies, I've just given up on watching them in theaters because I can't stand kids. And also, like, I do watch films to appreciate their animation, but at the end of Hotel Transylvania was a huge wake-up call that maybe I should just let that go.
Cartoons are for children unless they're made in Japan.
Yeah.
So I forget.
Yeah,
Unless you
I'm
like-
following
unless
my
you
role
like
model,
feeling
Danny
uncomfortable
DeVito.
as an
Fuck
adult.
Get
kids
fucked,
movies.
atheists.
All right, so I forget what exactly happened to do that, but Chris's campaign is played in media res because if you remember, like China doesn't happen till way later in the Leon campaign.
God,
So
we
basically,
Yeah.
a lot of what's about to happen is flashbacks to what got Chris to lose his memory and shit like that. On top of that, it also has a way different ending, but you know we'll get there. And
All right.
we're fighting an entirely different kind of villain, or
Okay, so wait.
enemy rather.
So this is where Leon... So this is...
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris's campaign takes place way after Leon's then, if this is a flashback.
Well, this
Everything-
this is not a flashback. This is a like
Other
this
stuff is a flashback. Okay.
Yeah, the other stuff we're gonna play as a flashback. This is considered a part of the game.
Okay, I get what's going on.
Ryder Umbra, I'm pretty sure
Oh my God.
Austin knows that Captain Underpants wasn't Disney. He was just using Disney movies as
Yeah,
an
yeah,
example.
yeah,
It's not the
no.
most common.
Of course, it's not Disney.
Yeah, but I wanted to just mention one last thing, which
Oh,
was the biggest
well.
surprise. Kevin Hart wasn't just a screaming guy in the movie like he is in any other film. So
Fucking terrible movie then. What do we...
that was the biggest surprise. No, he was still
Screaming
fun.
is funny. I come for the screaming.
That's why I've been playing this game.
Teen Titans Go is getting a full-length theater movie, and I can't wait
Full-length
for that
Scream
screaming.
Fest.
Everyone's like, that trailer was okay because of the Aquaman joke, but that was a freebie because they literally own the fucking franchise.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Still, a joke is a joke.
Weird.
It's a
I mean, I still
freebie.
don't think it'll be good,
No, I don't. know.
but
I think the biggest surprise there is that for first 30 minutes is them doing their Teen Titans Go shit, and it just kind of somehow transitions into old Teen Titans. But they'll never.
But, you know,
either.
No, old Teen Titans is getting plenty of love this year.
What the fuck?
I was
I don't
looking
know
that up.
if you. Yeah, I don't know if
It's
you
getting
know.
it's
on
getting a
Cartoon
live
Network,
action
they've been,
series. It's
Alright,
getting a
hold
live
on.
action
Yeah, we're
movie.
gonna have to split up. So
Yeah.
I guess-
They're.
I can't move myself. I'm blocked. Hold on.
See if I can help.
But
Yeah, they got it.
what's it called? What's this thing? Oh, they've been on Cartoon Network, the network itself, been replaying old Teen Titans as well, at least twice a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, it gets
Early in
good
the
numbers.
morning,
Well,
and
yeah,
then
because it's all
another-
they air.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
old Teen Titans is getting plenty of love anyway, so it's not a big deal in the end. Oh, this
Well,
sucks.
you said TV series, but when you say TV series, you don't mean CW TV series.
No,
right?
not CW.
Okay, thank God, because they've been the ones that have picked up a bunch of their DC TV shows. And I have no interest in.
And there is
watching
gonna
any
be
of those.
an animated one, an animated movie, and an animated series that's Man of Action for both, I'm pretty sure.
I know Young Justice is also getting another season at some point.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
watched
yeah,
that
yeah.
show, but I know that was seen as really good. So.
Can I get out of this predicament? Nope. I was gonna say earlier, I don't know why they were in the 12-person streaming room.
Yeah, I just assumed they wanted more people in there. So I
Yeah,
joined.
exactly. That's what the 12-person room means, basically.
But oh well.
Whoa.
Now I can talk more about fucking Captain Underpants. I love. It was.
I don't want you to
Beautifully
talk about
animated.
Captain Underpants.
God damn it! Well, you pick comedy. Let's start talking comedy.
DLC is really funny.
Hey guys, we're gonna have 40 characters in our game. By the way, game releases this date, and only 20 will be there at launch. Rest are DLC.
Yeah. I know we gave Marvel a lot of shit, and there's still like a lot of things Marvel did wrong. But Fighters has 21 characters? 23?
I believe it's 23, including the blue versions
Yeah.
of Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
And I'm
And-
assuming that one more slot will be filled by whatever character they're hiding behind story mode.
And Blaze
That's what it
Blue
sounds like.
Cross has 20 characters. Marvel still had 30 characters.
I don't even think the number is what are upsetting people. It's that they set a number before release and then said half of that is DLC.
No, they didn't say a number before. No,
Oh, they didn't?
it's a tag game where you pick multiple characters and you don't have enough. There's not enough options. Take like why Marvel Infinite kept with it, and KOF 14 had a massive amount of characters. Like that's why I think it's a big deal, is because those are team games. You pick more than one character.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine when
It's-
Street Fighter launched with 16 characters because there's only one.
Right,
And
they're
I
fully
also
fleshed out. They need to be more in depth.
yeah, that's the thing that counteracts it, is that all of those characters in Fighters and, well, not in Blaze Blue, but in Fighters, those are all from scratch. But not in Blaze Blue. Like, those are mostly Blaze Blue characters.
Do you know how many teams there are for Arc System Works? Like, are they spreading themselves too thin?
They might be, but also this is just kind of what they do, because Guilty Gear did start the same way. That's why there's like several versions of Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue games. So it is just kind of what they've always done.
But this seems like it's to an extreme with people actually getting upset.
No, they're
For
just
example-
in the mainstream eye. This is what they've been doing for years.
Okay, because like even today I retweeted it. Total Biscuit mentioned it, and Total Biscuit doesn't play fighting games.
Right, because now it's in the mainstream eye, and Total Biscuit's a total normie.
Well, he wasn't complaining. He's just like sometime. All he said was when you announce ahead of time content, it sometimes will just bite you in the butt.
They didn't,
on
though.
How it's announced.
They didn't say there would be 40 characters.
No, I know, but saying that
no, it did look
today,
like that though, because when we saw like the roster, for like how the BlazBlue roster looks, it's like a row of 10 characters per series. So that's probably where that came from.
Well, even if that wasn't it, the idea of here's 20 characters, by the way, 20 more up to grabs, and it's like, well, 20 is already low, especially with what you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's a team game, so that makes it even worse. So announcing those 20 plus extra already, and the game's how far away from release?
May. In Japan.
So that's why I think that's what he was referring to. Maybe he's referring to what you just said as well, though, where they made it look like there was going to be more.
Yeah,
so
they absolutely
assuming
did
there'd be a lot at
from
launch.
from that roster. But I'll still get it, just way down the line, like I did Guilty Gear. And like BlazBlue is worth getting now, multiple years after release, and that's just how it's gonna be.
We're what? How many months since Infinite came out?
Yeah.
And that's already been on a almost half off sale multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. And games are going on faster sales than I think they are, even Nintendo ones. And I don't expect it with a Nintendo game, which is why what did I buy?
The only games that you still don't see get significant discounts because of how they are is Activision. Like, look at all their old games and their recent games. They never put them on sale. Ever. Like, even EA puts their games up for sale. Like, ignore the fact that it's normally because their games don't sell well because they screw something up. But they put their games on sale pretty fast.
Yeah, but the problem is with those ones is the amount of DLC, because it still costs $20 to have pets.
Yeah, outside of Sims, or excluding Sims because Sims always does that.
You still
They
can't.
put stuff on
You can
sale,
still
though.
buy the collector's edition of Mass Effect, but you can't get the collector's edition, or the edition that comes with all 3 games. You can buy that, but you won't get the DLC for any of them.
That's still dumb.
Yeah.
Especially with somehow, in order to buy the other ones, you still have to use BioWare points, it sounds like.
For the Mass Effect 2 and 3 DLC, yeah, you need to use BioWare points.
It's just so fucking outdated. How they haven't just changed that is beyond me.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll just get those games later. Not worry about them. I have money to spend right now anyways. So I won't worry about games for a while. I won't worry until Monster Hunter is on PC. It's probably the only thing I'll worry about for a while.
And that won't be till this fall.
Yeah. There was way too much in 2017 anyways, you know, just let it take a break. Give my wallet a break. I saw how much spending I did last year. Fuck, I got ran over last year. But yeah, it bothers me that they're not like gonna catch the same flack that Marvel caught for it. So Marvel is like just an outside of gameplay wise an unpolished game.
I think Marvel's gonna get more flack for it because it's a company that's known for doing this. It's an IP
So is
that
Ark.
many people love.
So does the Ark ones.
Right, but is BlazBlue really bigger than Marvel?
No.
That's what I mean. It's just a bigger title, so there's higher expectations automatically, whether it's warranted or not. And did I mention the company, the game, or not the game, the IP? I think those are actually the only two reasons. Again, I mean, you're totally right though. Fucking Arxis is, if they're publishing that on their own, they deserve just as much flack.
Oh, jeez. You know, unless I can get a copy free, we'll see how that pans out. I really don't feel that these platforms are supposed to be invisible. It's really jarring that, like, there's not even, like, a texture at all. It's just invisible.
I noticed that, and I saw there were erasers, so I thought, like, that was just the indicator, but I see now that it's not every invisible wall has those.
Yeah, those... I don't know. I feel like there should be something loaded there. Like, what these maps are is they usually just make a map as bare bones as, like, this one is environmentally for Splatfest specifically. So this one, I guess the theme of it is invisible platforms. The last one was like spiraling platforms, doing like cool spins and shit. Oh man, we're back to losing everything.
So,
well, someone got out there, jeez.
When it comes to games, I know you're gonna play the beta, but you're holding out on fighters as well, right?
Yeah, for a while.
Alright. May even be for the best since we don't know what that game will actually be like. And who knows what the DLC is gonna be like there. So, you may even catch a break. Like
well, I know I will, because I'm gonna
after.
pay $30 for all of the content that the game's gonna have when everyone else bought it at launch for $60.
Yup.
My comedy power is rising. And it will have a specific number in 2 more matches. Join me, Ringo. I thought the game like soft locked for a sec or was about to disconnect. Okay. Oh, those are Japanese players. Oh boy.
So you win?
No, probably not. They didn't DC. It's probably just gonna be a laggy match.
This just looks like a skate park.
It is. Excellent eyes, Poptron. Fuck!
But it's also looking like it's in Hollywood.
Stupid eyes, Poptron.
Man,
oh.
Why didn't they make movie theme maps?
They probably did in the first game. I mean, there's a concert themed one. There's a museum. There's a shopping mall. Plenty of other locations.
I want a jungle themed map.
I want to win. I don't think that's asking for a lot, but we'll see.
Get that big paint roller, I believe. Actually, no, don't do that because there's a bunch of just weird ramps here because of this game. Changed my mind.
Well, I think that was bait. Oh man, it's always my luck in Splatfest. It's bad. I bet as soon as I turn the stream off, I'm gonna start getting some really sick matches. And I'm gonna like dominate again. But like, after that first match, I'm pretty convinced that like, most people's skill levels have plateaued. So I'm not really falling behind. I think I'm just getting bad teammates. Oh, jeez. And also, maybe people are working together. No, they can't be like communicating.
Whenever I see this game, I just like to remember and think back on the original Switch announcement where they show esports with the game.
Yeah.
Have they ever tried that yet?
They have been between this ARMS and I forget what the other one is.
Well, I know ARMS didn't take off.
They're still doing something with it. It's follow on Twitter Nintendo Versus. They're Pokken, that's it. They're pushing more of the online tournament stuff is why.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah, because ARMS is still like really popular and getting frequent updates. It's just, you know, Pokken's still hosted at events and updates have just made it more convenient for that.
I'm thinking, because Pokken's a neat game, but I don't think it's really, even with the IP it's attached to, I don't think it's really extremely interesting to watch, because that's the big thing with esports. It needs to be spectator friendly, and it has to be entertaining from a professional level.
Well, this game needs if this game had a spectator camera, it definitely would be.
And I think I don't know, maybe they could just use more additions with this game, or maybe they just haven't made it yet, but I don't think Nintendo really has a game yet that's esports ready.
ARMS was possibly the last update. I think that's right. I feel like ARMS might do better in an ARMS 2, just like Splatoon does better in a Splatoon 2. Oh geez, I don't think I collected my oysters from last Splatfest. I hope
one
those
day
don't
Nintendo
erase.
may have a really good game that just takes off as an esport.
No, I don't think they'll get it.
And Nintendo will just throw money at it.
I just don't think they get it because of like their design philosophies.
Well, I'm not saying within the
friendly.
next. I'm not saying within the next year or two. I'm just saying in the future maybe they'll just accidentally create something, and then because of the climate they're in, they'll actually embrace it, unlike with, say, Melee, where they're just completely
these are the words of someone that doesn't play a Nintendo game enough. It's like
I could be completely wrong. You may be right. I just like to hope sometimes.
You know, because Melee was a total accident, but nothing in Melee was designed to be competitive. Much like Brawl was designed more anti-competitive, and how this game has 2 rotating maps in ranked, and it doesn't rotate out those 2 maps for 2 hours. And in the first game, it was 4 hours of the same 2 maps, and that's your ranked experience.
Ouch.
I don't think they get it. Like the ARMS lobby system's kind of cool, where it's a pool of 8 people, and you're just slapped together into random modes with a few others that are available. But you know that's still not a competitive thing. But I don't know how ranked ARMS works. Pokken is designed pretty well, but I think that's because of Namco's influence on it. And I'm really glad they brought the King of Fighters style mode, the party team mode to online.
I'm just saying though, because of how Melee happened to work, and I know that was over a decade ago, I think that's how they'll find their success as an esport, is when they just create a game and it just happens to take off, not because they specifically designed it in a competitive format.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, say, Splatoon 2, I'm not saying they designed it for esports, but they designed it with a competitiveness in mind, as you can see.
Well, like in PR and Nintendo of America, it seems like that, but they really do not want you to play that long in like rapid succession. You know, your idea of voice communication, the only one available is don't have voice communication or do it through your iPhone. There's accessibility through the idea of quality of life, and that's just not present. So you need something like mods, like Melee has, to make it more competitive friendly. But then if you want
and that's what I'm
Nintendo's-
saying, that Splatoon 2 is just not there. It's not ready as an esport, and I don't think it's going to be developed to be such a thing.
Yeah.
Because have people really shown interest? Like, what's viewership-wise with those online tournaments?
Right.
So, I just don't think it's worth pursuing unless they have something specific in mind where they're like, okay, let's do this, and then push it a bit and see if people grow attached to it.
Like if Nintendo did a battle royale game, there would be some kind of twist to it. There would be something
But
to
even
it.
that's not really seen as esport. That's definitely competitive.
Yeah, it's
and
competitive.
That's why it makes money. But they have not been successful as esport titles yet, and I don't think they will because there's too much RNG to it. Unfortunately,
I'm interested in the how that MOBA developed by the League team will do. That'll be funny to see. How a
game?
MOBA, the League of Legends developers are making a MOBA exclusive to Switch. It was announced last E3.
Oh, I don't remember that. That
Yeah.
may be interesting.
Yeah, we all saw it and were like, is that League or Dota? It was neither. It was an original game, but it was the League devs.
Imagine a Valve game on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see Portal Bridge Constructor working on a Switch.
I would love to see Portal on the Switch.
I would love to see Bridge Constructor on the Switch.
I would love to see a lot of games on the Switch because it's just a home mobile console hybrid. It's great. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
there's a lot that works on it. There's not much that wouldn't work better on it than other consoles. I don't like this stage, and I don't like getting this stage. Like, I'm normally not like... Usually how it goes with these stages is I'm like, alright, that's a cool gimmick for the first hour. Then by the second hour, I'm like, alright, I'm kind of sick of this stage. And then it just plateaus out. But this one, I'm sick of it right off the bat. And it is because of these invisible platforms are pretty dumb. Oh no, buddy.
A rotation
Oh, no,
of
buddy.
2 maps.
3 maps for Splatfest.
Jeez.
You know, because it's the 2 regular maps and then this one designed specifically for it.
This isn't that great of a map.
Yeah. The skate park one's cool, and I forgot what the other one is. And you know what? The last time they released a new map, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this new map. But wait a minute, this game has a 2-map rotation thing. So if I wanted to play that map, it had to be in the rotation of one of the modes, which I didn't want to play any other mode besides just normal play. I don't like playing ranked. So I couldn't play the new maps when they dropped. Because I had to wait until a time that day when I had time to play. And during that time I would play, the rotation did not have the new map in it. You know, it'd be sick if they did like what Overwatch's arcade is, basically. Like, that would be perfect for Splatoon.
Do they still release content for this game?
Yeah, that new map was in like the last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
That's
still
not bad.
updates all the time. Maybe a major update a month.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of Overwatch, though, Overwatch League started earlier this week. That's
Yeah.
been really interesting. I'm glad to see viewership-wise so far it's successful. One of the problems that I was fearing, though, and people finally mentioned today after it's been the first full week, is they do map pools. So it's not like, are you familiar with the pick and ban system in CSGO?
Right, yeah.
It's just a specific set of maps, and you have to deal with that set of maps for 5 weeks. So you see almost no variance, and it's so
That sounds like a
frustrating,
Nintendo
especially. It's definitely a Nintendo move. But the biggest problem is like when it's maps that are obviously still flawed in a fundamental way. One of the maps right now is Junkertown. What do you see on Junkertown? Bastion, 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 shields, shields, shields. It's not great. And they either completely steamroll the entire thing, or they steamroll the first 2 points and are completely held at the third. There's no variance in that map, and so it's just a slog after you've seen it 2-3 times. No matter the teams playing it.
Yeah. No, that sucks.
But I mean, it's I feel like maybe a pick ban system would help a bit, but at the same time, then you're stuck with the problem of there's currently, I think, if I remember, 16 maps in Overwatch. You would be asking teams to understand 16 maps at any given point.
Blizzard is the Nintendo of PC games.
Which is also bad.
Yeah, when you get maps that are that like diverse, it's not just like a.
And like obviously you'd have like, okay, pick and ban system, but you have to choose from escort maps for this because you just did a 2CP map or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So it's like that lowers it a little bit, but it's still, that's a lot of maps.
Yeah, I forget how TF2 does it. It wasn't an issue with TF2, but I forget how TF2 did it. I think it's because in TF2 they literally the only competitive oh sick, good map. Were the only competitive modes were King of the Hill or CP. 5-point CP.
And that's why I'm like, but they want, and this is another Blizzard thing, they want to show every single map they've ever made, no matter how flawed it is.
Right.
So that's why they picked the pool system to begin with, because they don't want people to just completely ignore Volskaya Industries, one of the most hated maps.
Yeah.
Or Junkertown, they don't want people to just never pick Junkertown, because that's what would happen. And it's like, well, if people aren't playing this map, maybe there's a sign there, Blizzard. But no. They want everyone to see their maps, how shiny they are. And that's why I'm like, if they could just, you know, compromise with people and either work harder on the maps when people complain about them, or be like, okay, we like your game as an esport, but we really only like escort and hybrid. Could we just play those?
Right.
But what about these other maps we made? They're really shiny. Yeah, but they're not fun.
Yeah.
So. And that again,
what
another
about,
map
what about
that's
the team,
pool for these first 5 weeks
that
is
one
Lunar
map
Colony.
isn't team deathmatch, it's just deathmatch, isn't it?
Which one are you thinking of?
The deathmatch one.
Oh, Chateau?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only deathmatch.
Yeah.
That one's specifically designed in deathmatch, and people actually dislike playing deathmatch on any map that isn't that. Because that one is obviously the best one. It was designed for it.
Yeah. I thought deathmatch lasted way too long.
It's not really a surprise anymore. It's just frustrating when they want to push a league and you think they'd finally embrace the game as an esport, but they don't.
Right.
Not 100%. So you get their stubborn philosophies pushed onto you, and you just all you can do is keep criticizing it as well as complain.
Yeah, it just wasn't
until
like,
maybe they listen. Because again, this is only the first season. It's also only the first stage. Things can change by next year. So
yeah, I feel like it was just done too early because they had like other things to worry about besides the levels, and they have to push the levels off until they get the time for it. And until they get the time for it, they'll stick with a stubborn philosophy like that.
It's just we don't know the insides of what the company runs like, or their development team, how they function. Unfortunately, it's like, what do they focus on most of the time?
I bet the entire spawn is yellow. I swear to God.
But it's like,
God
their
damn
balance updates are slow.
Oh wait, no, that's their
spawn.
Their
map balancing is slow when there are very big flaws. hero development's kind of steady. That's the only thing that's steady, but it's also slow. And it's just, and they refuse to make the company bigger. They're like, well, we like this as 100 people because we've all invested a lot of time into it. Yeah, but when you're pushing a $300 million league down people's throats, people are expecting it to be quality, not, we'll get to it in 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think if they had a little bit more control and they increased the company size a bit, the development team a bit, it could help, because then they wouldn't be having people that focus on 4, 5, 6 different tasks. Because they still have all the people working on the skins and stuff, or map design, or the art for the map, should I say. So it's just kind of, I wish they weren't so stubborn there as well, so that they can, you know, have a little more space and have a little more time to work on those things that are desperately needed.
I think this is a genuine guess. This map again. Is, if Nintendo made a Battle Royale game, you would face a 24-hour ban at an accidental disconnect. I'm trying to think of funny ones, but I think they would genuinely do that. I also think if you completed a match, you would not be able to go into another match for 24 hours. Because that was a lot of time, and you probably have some homework to get done, so... If you get in the top 50, if you get in the top 50, that's it. You can't play anymore for the day. Because you probably have homework to do.
Are also another huge thing in Overwatch right now that people have been discussing. There's so much to discuss there. I'm just kind of tired of that game for now. I'm still taking a break.
I swear to God, guys, the stream is not a GIF looping. Okay, we got him.
You were running around the roads. Man.
Shit.
But outside of Overwatch, if Nintendo were to make a Battle Royale game, do you think they would use one of their current IPs, or do you think they turn it into a new IP like they did with Splatoon 2 and ARMS?
Depends. I don't know.
Do you have any ideas on the top of your head of what they would do?
In terms of survival, I don't know if there's an IP that would fit survival.
Because, like, I don't imagine they're gonna be like, okay, we want to have Mario for their Battle Royale game, but we don't have enough Mario characters, so we'll just make everyone Shy Guys. That sounds kind of dumb. No one's gonna... I mean, it's kind of cool, too. It's like, oh, I can be this color Shy Guy. But at the end of the day, people will be like,
that's what they did with Mario Kart. It's literally what they did with Mario Kart.
I feel like they would
Battle Royale.
create a new
there we
IP
go.
for that.
All right, now we're talking. Now I'm interested. Now I'm listening. Pikmin Battle Royale.
Oh boy.
No, we've just struck gold. Oh fuck.
Or, I guess that's what they could do. They could do what they did with Smash Brothers, and just combine all of their IPs.
I think that'd be a terrible idea.
I do too. That's why Paladins is doing it. But
yeah, well,
it sounds like something Nintendo may try if they were to go that route.
Probably be Mii's. Oh, that'd be so funny if it was just generic Mii's.
Oh god.
Or Animal Crossing, but it wasn't like killing. It's just collecting.
How's that Mii app on iPhone and Android, by the way?
Miitomo.
Is it dead?
It's pretty dead.
Yeah, that one.
I check it every time another app comes out because Animal Crossing is still bustling, but the other ones are pretty dead. Well, no, Fire Emblem is still very active because the Fire Emblem community is very active, and that game also receives a massive amount of updates, but they receive those updates because it's so active.
Gotcha.
There's a big Miitomo update probably every like 3 months.
Wait, it's still being like worked on even though it's dead?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, yeah.
I'm still waiting. I'm gonna call within, guys, right now, 9:49 p.m. Central Time, January 13th, 2018. Within the next 2 years, you'll hear an announcement. If not within that 2 years, you'll hear the announcement that they're shutting down the app.
We're gonna find
Do you
out in
think-
10 minutes if like this thing's actually gonna cut me off.
Oh boy. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Anime boy. Anime isn't funny. Anime is serious, boy. Get on the other team. Pikmin Battle Royale. Not supposed to have good ideas. We're supposed to have bad ideas here. They put a horde mode into Splatoon. They could do it with do it with Battle Royale. You know, Splatoon 3. Battle Royale mode. And oh, you know what? That would be the answer of how they could Nintendo-fy it. Is like the availability of the Battle Royale is only like there are only so many servers for it, and it's only like the entry period is only like 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes, you're done. You can't get in, and it's once a week. It's a once-a-week event. And I totally understand why they did that with Salmon Run, because they didn't know how Salmon Run was gonna go. And honestly, I don't like Salmon Run very much. I thought it ramped up in difficulty way too fucking fast.
All right, let's talk about your title for a second.
Oh, it's Max.
What? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with
Dirty
the title?
Grandpa? Is Dirty Grandpa the one with Johnny Knoxville, or is the one with
Yes.
Robert De Niro?
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah. What's the
So
problem?
Bad Grandpa is the one with Robert De Niro.
Or wait.
That's my problem.
Wait, now
I
I'm
get
confused.
confused.
Hold on.
See, I need to know which one is which to understand this title fully.
Dirty Grandpa is Robert De Niro.
Okay.
So this is Robert De Niro. So actually, I'm actually really offended by your title, Austin.
I would say
Max
less than
brings up
or
a good
equal
point.
to.
Well, that's pretty crazy how wrong you guys are.
Max, you still need to watch Mad Max.
I
Fury.
forgot. Oh, was it Mad Max? I forgot what I put as the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put Mad Max as less than Dirty Grandpa, and I'm really actually.
Yeah, it's
upset.
pretty true.
Why didn't you
Why
at
would
least
you
name
watch-
a good comedy?
Why would you watch a shitty movie like John Wick when you can watch Jack and Jill instead?
Fuck. Oh god, I can't
Also-
believe I was able to watch through that movie.
Wow.
It took like 3 sit-throughs, but I finally finished it. It was so bad.
So normally when you do these, I'm usually streaming something else. So I haven't seen any gameplay of Splatoon 2 somehow. And
Here it is.
the ink, the paint on the floor, they made it look way goopier
Yeah.
than Splatoon 1.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Oh yeah.
Totally saw Splatoon 2 when they did a
look at
run of the
Splatoon
story
1
mode
right now, and it
on
looks like total
AGDQ.
garbage.
I didn't watch the Splatoon one. No.
Oh, see, that was really fun.
Yeah, it
hate
was
fun.
alright. Yeah, Splatoon
Oh,
1
it's
looks
a
like
fun
garbage, and it's a garbage-looking game now compared to this, especially. You know what else is garbage? Is my team.
No. You said you were up against
Problem is
Japanese
you have-
players. I think the enemy team is just better.
That was like
The problem
30
is you
minutes
have
ago.
you have too many specialists
Oh,
and
it's
no
not the same.
vanguards. That's the issue. Really, you need like a Furion on your team?
So Max, if Nintendo made a Battle Royale game, how do you think they would Nintendo-ify it?
Oh, yeah, that's what we were discussing.
Honestly, I
out.
think it'd be a lot like Splatoon.
When Popcorn was gone, I was saying they put horde mode into Splatoon, so they could probably do that too.
Yeah.
And the restraint of it would be, you know, with the horde mode that's in Splatoon 2, it's only available at certain times of the day, only on certain days of the week. You do the same thing for Battle Royale. Like if you're not there at 8 p.m. sharp on Sunday, for
would
a
the
10-minute
goal be,
period,
though?
then you're out. Can't get in.
Survive. Be the last one standing, I guess.
Yeah.
But aren't all their modes surrounded by this whole, like, area?
You have to
Like,
cover
controlling
a
area with
100
paint?
kilometer square
Yeah,
in
but
as much of your own paint as possible.
Splatoon 2, sorry, Splatoon is a post-apocalyptic series. Like, this is a post-apocalyptic game. So there has to
Canonically.
be ruined areas. So there'd be some cool environments.
Honestly, I would just like to see a crossover with Mario with the Flood. Like, I'm surprised they haven't even done like a weapon that looks kind of like Flood.
Yeah, or a remote
Something.
reference.
Yeah, like I'm sure they could do like a weapon that cleans paint rather than puts down paint. Like that.
Like these erasers here. On
Yeah.
this invisible fucking wall.
I think Nintendo's just forgotten that Sunshine exists.
No, they're putting the Sunshine outfit in Odyssey next update.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, you're right.
That game gets way too much
Fuck.
fucking hate. I love Sunshine.
Yeah,
It
Sunshine
is
was
my
great.
favorite Mario game.
See, I thought that's like one of the games, kind of like with Resident Evil 6, that people hated on release, but then were like, oh, this was a good game.
No, people have never come around on Sunshine. People still think Flood is stupid. But
Yeah.
they're
Really?
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had
Like,
this.
the only thing I find stupid about Flood is the voice, but you don't hear it all that often, so who cares?
He's a robot.
Yeah, it was pretty
How
cool.
could people like Cappy but not Flood?
Because Cappy, like, has personality and possesses people.
Cappy is fucked.
Like, they're
Cappy
just
a
both, They're both big mechanics in the game, but not really
Alright, next Splatfest.
huge
Cappy or Flood?
characters, so-
Oh, I'd have to go Cappy.
I'm going Flood.
Like, Flood's great, but Cappy was like... Cappy's great.
But I'm just saying, like,
Cappy had
Cappy
a character
really...
arc that Flood never had.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Flood definitely had a character arc. He had to
Yeah?
come to terms with the fact that EGAD had created both the good and the bad on Delfino Plaza when he made the paintbrush and Flood. And then he had to go up against his twin brother, Paintbrush. Did you even play the game? Because this is... It's all right there. It's all in the side quests, you know? It's in Ending
It's
C.
like-
you gotta
no,
get to
it's-
Ending C
No, it's
in
like
order
the timeline stuff in Wind Waker. It's not written on the walls or anything. It's just hidden. You need the DLC to understand it.
Yeah.
You need the tingle bottles to read about it.
Now, people came around on
You'll
Wind
plug in
Waker,
your
right?
Game Boy Advance through the link cable.
Yeah, because the reason
Figure out
people
what's
didn't
going
like Wind Waker at launch is because it's really funny. They saw that tech demo for the GameCube and were like, oh, we want that game. And then Wind Waker happened in cell shaded, and they're like,
Yeah.
all right, we can do realistic. And then they did Twilight Princess, and no one liked how Twilight Princess looked, and that's how Skyward Sword was born.
I 100% believe in the Zelda cycle.
If Skyward Sword...
absolutely. Except Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword was the one on the Wii U, right?
Yes. No. Skyward Sword was Wii. Twilight Princess was both GameCube and Wii.
The only reason
What
why
was the
Skyward
exclusive
Sword...
Wii U one, or was there not one?
There was no. Breath of
The
the
only
Wild
reason
is
why I
on
would
Wii U
say,
and Switch.
Yeah,
There
no,
is
I
one.
know that one. I thought there was an exclusive
fine.
one on Wii U, but never mind.
There's two HD versions on Wii U. Now they're gone. Now you need this obscure fucking console to play the best version of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
And for now, Bayonetta
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, Bayonetta
Please.
2.
Yeah. The only reason why people still don't like Skyward Sword is because there was nothing to hate about Breath of the Wild, I guess. 'Cause
No,
that's-
I
The
did
biggest
a- I did a
complaint I
whole
hear about
stream.
Breath of the... The biggest complaint I heard about Breath of the Wild, and it's not that it made the game bad, it was just... one of the only complaints I heard was it's open world. And that's good and bad. The open world has its pros and cons.
See, for
It's
me, that's a
because it
huge
was-
turn off, but I don't.
No, it's
I know
because it
I'm
was
not
the,
in the
this
majority.
team's first attempt at open world. And they didn't take a lot of outside influences to do it. But they probably will in the next one.
This was the Legend of Zelda Ground Zeroes. We're just waiting for fan.
Yeah.
God.
And then that'll be the new Zelda everyone
You
hates.
know how there are people that put hundreds of hours into Ground Zeroes?
Yep.
Like legit. So,
Yeah. Ground Zeroes was really good.
Metal Gear
Phantom
Solid
Pain
5
was
was
good.
such a good game. Yeah. As someone who's never played a Metal Gear Solid game and just played from 5 because it was on PC, as a game, that's fucking fantastic.
As just it is the best stealth action game.
Like,
100%.
it's still not... It's really unfortunate that that game didn't have a complete story mode. Like, it's a real damn shame, but the gameplay was solid. It was just solid and unique.
What's up, buddy?
But that's also one of the games that suffered from open world
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah,
So-
if it was menus, it would have been a lot nicer. But otherwise, like, those environments were really nice.
Yeah,
It's
and
like-
they're still nice.
The bases themselves that you have to stealth through are great.
I would have
I
just
know
wanted more
people-
bases. That's all. Just less fucking empty desert to ride my horse through.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Like, a lot of them
I-
were really cool, and, like, the caves and
I-
shit, yeah, those were dope.
The one
I
where
know
you have to
people
go
just-
through the 3 passages is really good towards the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Where you're trying to get to Skullamania, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Skullface. Oh, it was just as stupid.
I know a lot of people hated how the game was released, but I really enjoy how the newest Hitman did their levels, because that's open world, but they're just... they were just sandboxes from level to level with a lot of variance in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was still kind of open world, but on a smaller scale and a lot more details for each one they did. Because they didn't have to connect them all. So
Yeah.
I guess that's more of a sandbox game, but they did it with so many different things that it just... I like that approach more in games rather than going full open world. That's my opinion.
There have been very few games that I don't think would have, like... I'm just not a fan of open worlds, really. I never have that, like, oh, dude, I just want to, like, explore. I just want to go on a big old walk through the forest, because at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I'm wasting my time right now. It's like, yeah, it looks really great.
What I like
When I was younger, I really loved open world.
in Odyssey has a lot of open world elements, and it feels like a natural progression in that sense, that, like, when you give developers more everything and resources, the worlds just get bigger, and there's mechanics in open world games that are just gonna be there.
Right, but
see,
that's
I would
more of
still
like what I was
call-
talking about with Hitman, where it's not necessarily
Exactly.
all really seamless. It's just a lot of bigger sandboxes.
I was gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't
Which is
even
really
consider
good.
Hitman or Mario Odyssey to be open, like, at all open world. It's just big, detailed, like, levels.
Right, but it
has-
gives you that
like-
feeling of open world without getting
It
boring.
has open
Yeah, it's
world
like-
mechanics.
That's why I say open
it has a
world.
lot of
Yeah.
open world mechanics.
Yeah.
Because you can still go wherever you want. It's not like a structured level, not completely.
Yeah. It's
I think
would-
people-
Like, there's structure to it, though.
I think people harp on structure too much. I think the idea of a linear game is not a bad idea at all. I just think when people hear it's like,
It's-
oh, this game's really linear, that's
how
like
you
a negative.
present
But like, I don't think it's a negative. I think it just means that a linear game will be a more focused experience. And that's
It's like,
What I want
that
my
was
video
it
games.
for Splatfest. Oh shit.
but as a kid, I really enjoyed open world only because it wasn't very common at the time. So being able to just go across, like in Spider-Man 2, that's the biggest
Yeah.
example I have. Going all across that city was fucking amazing. Climbing the tallest building in Spider-Man, it was very unique at the time.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then as more and more games did it, you start seeing the same stuff, and it's just like, but there's nothing to do here. I'm just doing the same things that I did the first time in the very first open world game I played.
The only open world I've actually had fun in the past couple of years has been Just Cause 3, and it's only because movement is so fun in that game, where that is all I want to do, is just fucking fly around with the wingsuit and the grappling hook. But other than that, it's like, yeah, I would just rather... Just give me a level select. Let me... Because even if it's like, oh, it's an open world, but like there's like fast travel and stuff, and it's like, alright, well then what's the point?
Does anyone know why Splatfest ended an hour early?
Oh,
Anyone
it
in
did
chat?
actually end?
Yeah, it said it ended at it was gonna end at 11. I'm like, has it ever said that? Probably not. And here it is. It ended at 11.
Shit.
I don't know. Is Nintendo doing something special this weekend? Is Japan doing something
I don't know.
special this weekend?
Oh, that's a nice shirt. I'll buy that. What about
Hey,
my
chump.
oysters? Give me my oysters.
What the fuck animal is merch?
Oh, you know.
I don't know. I like the design though.
You can't just say that.
Oh, you know.
That's not a...
Well, I guess my, things are gone. I can't get them from winning the last Splatfest. Well, that sucks. I should have been on top of that.
What's the plan now?
I guess I can keep playing. I just have to blow my nose first, though, if no one minds.
Go for
Please
it.
don't.
Let me look at these. Let me look at these Miiverse posts. Haha,
You mean
funny.
Twitter post?
I beat
Yeah.
Brutal Legends last night. That
I'm
was
really
nice.
happy for you.
What's next on the agenda?
We're gonna do a filler thing next Friday, and then the Friday after that we'll do the fighter story mode.
All right. That game's coming out.
Yup.
We'll see if I even get it. Starting.
If you enjoy the beta, great.
Yeah.
If not, then wait till it launches and then go from there. Whether it's 2 days afterward or 2 months afterward.
I'll pick it up 10 years afterwards.
Maybe. I'm really hoping the game's good. People are saying good things about the beta so far over the last 24 hours. We'll find out.
Oh, hold on.
What's this bucket hat shit you're wearing?
Fuck you. Yeah, it's a bucket hat. What about it? Fine, we'll change it.
No, keep the bucket hat on. It's fine.
No, I'm getting a little tired of it anyways. It's been like 3 months.
No, it's fine. Do what it is. Do what you want to do.
I never get to stream with a different outfit on because we always have to wear t-shirts for Splatfest. And I just bought this shirt, so let's put that on.
Make yourself look like, is that Marcus's shirt? Not Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus.
Who's the guy
It's
from
pretty
Watch
close.
Dogs too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marcus.
Marcus is right.
Marcus Holloway. What was his name? Pixel? What the fuck was his hacker name?
I want to say Dead Pixel, but it's not Dead Pixel.
It's not that.
I think that's what I want to go with.
Wasn't that Adam Kovic's username for the longest time?
Yeah.
It was something to so generic, but I think Pixel was a part of it.
It was, if you think of a hacker name, that's probably what it was your first thought. Hold on, I'm gonna check.
Okay. Speaking of hackers, Mr. Robot's a great TV show.
Yeah, alright, guy.
Jesse finally convinced me to watch it sooner rather than later. I watched
Retro,
it.
but with a 0.
God.
If you haven't played Watch Dogs, play Watch Dogs. 2.
If you want to see us play it on stream, I've already played it. Go look for that
Oh,
box.
sure. Yeah, just watch that, actually. You don't need to play it.
But Max, you would love Mr. Robot, I think. Chat, go watch Mr. Robot.
Why would I love Mr. Robot?
Austin, you don't watch TV at all, do you? Like any
No,
TV shows?
I don't.
I don't either. Why? I hate movies.
Do you even have
I'm going to
cable?
film school, ironically.
Do you?
No,
have
I don't
cable?
have cable.
Yeah.
I just have internet. I have.
Well,
Basically,
no,
I have
I mean, I
Netflix
watch
and
most of
Verve,
Mr. Robot
and
through
that's it.
Amazon Prime. I'm sure there's other places too, but
I think it's on Netflix, but I'm not sure. Probably isn't.
Speaking of
Oh,
good
no.
series, Pop Team Epic episode 2 came out yesterday,
Oh shit! I
But I
gotta
haven't
watch
se-
those.
but I haven't seen the first one.
what came out?
Pop Team Epic.
Pop Team Epic.
Yeah, it's an anime. You've seen manga panels from it.
Ew.
Speaking of a good series that's not for the faint of heart at all, Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
next
me.
on the list.
All right, it's
Right, Rita?
Oh,
Rita will enjoy it.
if I hadn't watched it all in one sitting, I don't think I ever would have gone back to finish it. It's rough. Good, very good, but very rough. I probably won't ever watch it again either. Soundtrack is awesome though. I'll keep listening to that. Retro. What a fucking loser.
Well, now that Splatfest is over, the dust has settled, and I think we can agree. Action to shit.
Fuck you.
Action is shit. Comedy for life.
Yeah, okay. You enjoy. Fucking...
I don't call my streams action casts, Popcron.
You enjoy blended, okay?
Enjoy what?
Blended.
What is blended?
Look it up.
No. Is that one of those movie things?
It's a movie.
Gross.
You'll look at it, you'll read the
Is it even 2D?
Summary, and you'll be like, oh god, of course that's a movie.
What Sayu voices the main character?
What?
That's what they call voice actors.
Content.
What's it called? Blended?
Blended.
I don't know why.
Wait, I think I
just
have seen this
walking
movie.
in front of the sniper.
You've seen it?
Is this the one with Terry Crews and he's... Yes! Yeah, I've seen this movie! Yeah, Terry Crews owns like a hotel, I think, or he's like a tour guide.
Something.
Yeah,
like that.
I've definitely seen this movie. Yeah, oh, he's got hair in
Don't
it,
you
too.
just love comedies that you really
Santa
remember
Claus
really
and the
well?
Ice Cream Bunny is the best movie ever made. G2B Zits.
When are we gonna start doing movie reviews?
Why do I keep walking in front of the sniper?
When Jesse's around because
Obscure Hulu movie review.
he
It's
would wanna
fucking
join with that.
Widowmaker.
Oh, I watched Colossal on Hulu because I got a free trial, hoping that fucking Mr. Robot season 3
How
would
am
be
I
on there.
missing?
It wasn't. So I watched Colossal.
How the
That was a funny movie. Like,
Oh, I know Colossal.
because Red Letter Media talked about it a little bit, I was like, this sounds interesting, I guess. So I go to watch it, and there's like, it was a really nice surprise. It wasn't
Yeah.
a masterpiece,
It's
but
a
it was
brand new-
fun.
It's a brand new, totally unique idea. Guess how it did in the box office? Film industry is shit. I'm only doing it ironically.
It was a fun. I don't even remember that ever hitting theaters. Honestly, I don't remember seeing ads. I don't remember seeing it on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't remember seeing it listed in the theater near me.
Yeah.
And I thought because Red Letter Media is like, let's do our 2017 roundup. On Hulu, it says 2016. So I don't even know if the movie knows when it came out.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese release.
It does the concept for Colossal totally feels like a shitty anime adaptation. Like 100%.
Oh, especially with how they try to explain how that stuff happened to begin with. That was really strange.
Oh, by the way, now that it's not Splatfest, anyone in chat is able to just join. Because we don't need a 4-team to play now.
Alright, cool. Can somebody donate for a Switch for me, please? Oh, fun fact, PayPal. I found this out last night. You can now transfer stuff directly to your card, and it takes seconds rather than a full day for your bank account.
Huh.
And it worked,
Interesting.
actually. It's cool.
Neat.
I tried getting a PayPal card. They weren't happy about... Oh, what is this map? What's this bug on my shoulder? Oh, I haven't been on this map yet because, as I said earlier, when this map launched, when I got on, it wasn't in the rotation. So,
Is this Sam's Club?
yeah, we're at
It's
Sam's
just a
Club.
fucking
This is the
fucking
abandoned
Costco
Sam's
over
Club.
here.
No, it's the abandoned Sam's Club.
This is a neat map.
Everyone
I like
pour one
this.
out for your local Sam's Club. If you had one. We didn't have one
What
out
is
here.
I have a
Fucking
this is gonna
IP.
sound- This is gonna sound real stupid, but it's a serious question that maybe you guys actually have an opinion on as well. So normally from Sam's Club we get the same bottled water because it's just the cheapest, but they ran out one day. So we had to get something so that we had some water in the house.
I know where this
And so
is going.
rather than filtered water, we got natural spring water. And it tastes so fucking different. I was
Yeah,
so
water
used to it that
tastes-
I wasn't expecting it.
Anyone
So
who thinks
what's-
water tastes the same is a fucking idiot because they're wrong.
Yeah,
Because
That
every
still
single
doesn't mean you get it by Fiji though. Don't buy Fiji water.
Right,
Fiji
that's
water-
very- Not.
I don't like Fiji water at all. It's like, because every water, if it comes from a different spring, the mineral content is going to be different.
Yeah.
And like, if you buy Dasani, you're drinking salt water, so obviously it tastes like salt water, and it's going to be shitty. But like, I drink one brand of water, and I don't care how much I have to pay for it. I don't get like, I will never buy Aquafina or Nestle or any of those. If you're down south, I get Zephyr Hills. If I'm up north, I get Poland Springs, which I think is by you too as well, Austin, isn't it?
Polar Springs, yeah.
Poland Springs, yeah. That's what I get if I'm norther than Florida. Otherwise, I get Zephyr Hills.
Why?
I stick to tap water because it's less
'Cause you can
acidic
actually
than
drink it
anything
up
you
there?
can buy. Yep.
Yeah, we don't have that option down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, our tap water isn't the greatest.
That's crazy. I'm really sorry.
But no, the reason I brought it up though is because I'm so used to filtered water that when I first took a drink of the spring water, I was like, oh my god, I never realized.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, will you guys prefer filtered or spring? Because I definitely prefer filtered water.
Yeah, filtered.
I drink so much spring water that I think see with the Zephyr Hills, I don't taste it. So anytime I drink anything else, it's like, I've had a Voss water. I don't remember if that's spring water or not, or like mineral water. I think that's the best water I've ever had. But no, I do really like that when I go up to Maryland for like MagFest, that I can just take a cup and hold it under the sink and drink it and I won't die. It's a
Yeah.
really cool feeling.
10 billion years after the death of humanity, all the Sam's Clubs somehow are still standing. Yeah, that's where we're at. Splatoon's great. However, the water at MagFest was... There was something off about everything quality-wise, food and water, this MagFest.
Like at the Gaylord
Chipotle
itself?
was
Okay.
suspicious.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
don't get me started on how disappointing Starbucks was.
No. Yeah, the only place I really like down there is that sandwich shop, whatever that place is called.
Yeah.
Potbelly?
Yeah, well, I was really trying to save money.
Pop bellies
so-
here.
Yeah,
Really?
Potbelly's
Is
good.
Potbelly's more expensive than Chipotle?
No. Well, yes. Potbelly's is way more expensive.
Jeez.
I know my brother used to get sandwiches there, and I'm pretty sure he stopped because of how expensive they were. But he liked them far more than Subway or Jimmy John's or
The
Jersey
pizza
Mike's.
sandwich is really good. Go on down, get yourself a pizza sandwich for $30. It's gonna be the best pizza-related sandwich you've ever had.
God damn it.
This map again! Woohoo! Isn't it great?
It's like the Tekken random select.
Yeah. If Tekken had 2 maps.
It might as well. Yeah! Arctic Snowfall!
Arctic Snowfall or, what was it?
I've seen the dojo, Hihachi's dojo a whole lot. There's like Precipice of Fate comes up a whole lot. Yeah, stage selection
what
in
was the
Tekken
Endless
is
Water
really
one?
boring. Oh, Infinite Azure.
Infinite Azure.
I'll play on that map forever. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I'm fine with that one always coming up, but it comes up a lot.
That's the problem too, is like the stages in Tekken 7 are not varied at all, so even if you are getting different maps, they all feel the same.
Right.
Whereas like Tekken 6 was like, oh, it's a field with sheep. Oh,
Yeah.
you're on this giant floating sky city. That
Yeah,
makes
I
no
get what you
fucking
mean,
sense.
yeah.
This one is just like, oh, it's a helipad. Now it's a helipad during the day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It has really,
That's why-
like, different music, though. You get different music, at least.
The music's good,
Yeah,
but like
music's really good.
That's what happens when your game's tied to a fucking story mode. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
we're only gonna design maps for what people are gonna be playing on.
I don't want that for Soul Calibur, but whatever.
Well, at least then they're like fantasy maps. So like,
Yeah.
even if it's based on the story mode, they could still go pretty crazy with it. Whereas Tekken, it's like it takes place in the world, So it's like, all right, there's one stage in the
There were no
jungle,
dream
but it's still
sequences?
like an outpost, and there's a winter stage, but it's like a train station. Yeah. And the other problem
Never
is,
any dream sequences, so they could get real creative.
Do you think the SNK Heroines is gonna fuck us over on DLC? You think that one's next?
yeah, I think the characters you've seen so far are the base roster, and the other ones on the cover are going to be DLC. Dude, I am beyond sad.
Because you know, SNK didn't do us like that on KOF.
No, SNK was incredibly generous on KOF.
Yeah. So and like also those assets are already done. So just take all the female characters out of 14, and that's a solid base roster, right? I think.
And based on some of those silhouettes, I think there will be new characters, and I think that new Saudi Arabian girl is going to be in it, the one that won the fan design.
Yeah.
So
I think I could still rely on the Tekken team Namco and SNK. Like those ones, and also SNK Heroines is 50 at launch. It's not 60.
It's 50. It's
Yeah,
still a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be like a $20 game with 9 characters. And
Well, have you heard any more
like?
like gameplay details about it? Like how it even plays? Because I don't think it is just traditional fighter.
Because I was
When is
basing
it
it
supposed to
entirely
come
off
out?
of roster size.
Well, do we know the roster size?
Based on, they released an image that had the 4 characters they showed off, and then probably it came out to like 9 or 10 characters with the silhouettes. If they were gonna do silhouettes, why wouldn't they show all of them?
Yeah, well then that is concerning at 50.
Yeah,
When does the game come out, though?
summer.
Yes, this summer.
Oh, summer.
Yeah.
And then Soul
Going back-
Calibur, they already said there was going to be more than what we saw on that roster.
They said the character select wasn't final.
Yeah,
I think that's all they said.
yeah.
I don't know if the number was final or not, but like
Technically, it could be less then.
Although Tekken,
yeah.
Tekken dropped price pretty quickly, so I can wait for Soul Calibur to drop price quickly.
That's the thing about fighting games is they drop in price very, very fast. So it's like you still don't want to support the business practices, and I totally get that. But with Cross Tag Battle, you know, the game comes out for $50. The season pass is $20. Ideally, that is best case scenario as of right now. It's $70 at release. That's pretty expensive. If you wait like 2 months, you can get it all for $40.
Yeah,
because that's how
exactly.
it happens.
Dude,
I bought
Austin and I
Street
were
Fighter
talking
V
about
again.
that, how games go on sale real fast now, unless it's from Activision.
I bought Street Fighter V on PS4 again with both season passes for $30.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, I had an amazing sale and got it for 20.
Yeah.
And I'm conflicted about that because I spent so much money on the PC version, and then I got the fuck this guy PS4
Yeah.
version, $20, and it has all the season 2 characters in it anyways. But
Yeah.
but the PC version, I have all the extra content, stages and costumes and whatnot.
At the end of the day, at least when it comes to fighting games, you buy early and you pay full price and you buy the season pass to stay ahead of the game. That is why you would be an early adopter or you would buy at launch, is because you don't want to fall behind, because you actually want to be competitive. If you don't care about that and you just want a game to dick around in, just fucking wait.
Play with friends.
fine.
Yeah. 'Cause
Wait
we're
2 to
still
4
playing-
months and you'll find it.
We still got
for a
people
good
playing
price.
Tekken, so like any of us could have picked up Tekken now and still have plenty of us to play with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
again.
man, the biggest sale it had on PC was half off. It was $25.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
And I said before, but I'm willing to give SF5 another go after Arcade Edition launches. Because you know
Reminds me-
it's a free update.
Releases in 3 days.
Yeah, it's
so.
a free update, so might as well check it out.
Which does remind me that I gotta get all my fucking fight money before that update drops, so I can maybe, after Sakura
Yeah.
comes out, get her for free.
You got until the 16th, so actually technically 2 days with how late.
Yeah,
it is
I'm
right
happy
now.
about all the Season 3 characters, though none of them I want. So more or less, I just want changes to what's there now.
Blanca,
I'd really love to appreciate Jury more.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
V-Trigger 2 doesn't look super great.
Yeah. So they did release other changes though. Overall, she's buffed.
Yeah, we'll see if it's enough. I like Jury a whole
it's
lot.
actually hard to tell because all the patch notes just say hitbox, hurtbox change.
How long do you think it's gonna take for people to analyze and be like, okay, this game is X?
People have already
It's
had their
good, it's bad,
opinions of it.
Whatever.
You can do a lot of theory crafting just from the patch notes and everything, but until people have played it for at least maybe like I think by the end of the first month we'll know. For me, I will give it a week. If it has not captured me by a week, I'm out.
Because I know a bunch of Capcom fans are kind of really skeptical right now, and probably rightfully so.
I am genuinely
But-
interested in all the arcade content stuff though.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like,
down
no
to
one
enjoy
wants
that.
that game to be bad, but
No
they
one-
just
I-
know what to expect too. So
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants any
Unfortunately.
game to be bad, because why the fuck would
No,
you? Why would you
exactly.
want games to fail? But, yeah, I don't know.
Because hear me out. If Marvel fails, they can start on Fate.
Yes! Yes!
They'll have nothing else to do. We're like,
No,
fuck it,
so
let's
what
make
you're
another
saying
Fate
is-
game.
It's too late, dude. Fate's just
so what you're
fucking...
saying,
Yeah, dude, turn this Splatoon shit off. Let's play Fate. No, Fate is owned by that company that's just making Dynasty Warriors clones, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is Capcom has been low-key developing Fate for the last few months.
For the last few years. The last 10 years they've been... Every time you're like, oh man, Capcom's like super fucking lazy. They don't finish their games. It's because they're putting all their effort towards Fate Unlimited Codes 2 Arcade Edition.
Fuck, it's not fair.
Yeah, Arc System Works not looking like the savior that they were going to be, unfortunately. And again,
We don't know that yet. The game's not out yet.
it's like I said for Blaze Blue, this is not looking good. But it's like I said on
Oh.
Phil's stream, the game, this has been said today. The game doesn't come out until, for America, June, for Japan, late May. So they have all of these months, and this is the first game that's being fully developed by the United States branch of Arc System Works. I would love to see them take this and turn it around and manage this, because first of all, it's a problem that never needed to fucking exist, because you didn't need to say we have 20 DLC characters coming. You could just say we plan on supporting the game and then just slowly release them, which it's still shitty. That doesn't change, but at least you don't commit PR suicide for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
But-
maybe there's
we
no
were talking
getting
about that
around it
earlier.
when you have to launch the game and only 2 of the Ruby characters are there.
Yeah, but again, so I don't know if it's because like Dragon Ball Fighters just took up too much, of
Well, that's what I was
ArcSys's
asking
budget.
Austin, and maybe you know more. How far spread is Arc System Works? Like, how many teams do they have, and do you think they're spread out too thinly?
Right now, in terms of their fighting game division, there is Team Red, which does Guilty Gear, and they are currently doing Dragon Ball Fighters, and then there's Team Blue, which usually handles Blaze Blue, and kind of select other games, Persona Arena when that happened. Other
they
than
only have
that,
2 teams.
they publish a whole lot, and they have teams that work on games that are other than fighting games. But by far, their biggest sellers right now are fighting games. Cross Tag Battle was made with an American audience in mind, and I believe is being almost completely handled in-house by a new North American team.
So not even Team Blue.
So up until
Not
the
even-
DLC announcement, there was a lot of just interest in this title because of how it was being developed.
Yeah. So, I would say that this game, because it is so, like, they're reusing assets, it's kind of just this cross, tag team game. I would say this is a game that was kind of used to gauge the talent of the North American branch, where it's like, okay, well, this is nice, easy starting game to get everybody kind of, into the flow of how Arc System Works does business and all that. But, again, because they're so new and they got stuff to prove. It's like you don't. You gotta think of it. It's like even though they're separate. Fuck, I'm going. My head's going in too many places right now. What I'm trying to say is that there is still time for something like this to change. Mostly because it seems like the first 20 characters are done, and there is still 5 months to go. So, there has been some kind of miscommunication, maybe. There may have been a budget reason why half of the cast currently is DLC. Maybe the starting cast isn't 20 characters, and there was just a mistranslation there, because where they even announced all this information was at the Arc System Works Game Awards, which is a Japan broadcast. So, but the point is, someone needs to say something now, because everyone is talking, like, speaking out against this.
When this game was first talked about, did they say 40 characters at any point, or did they show anything to assume that it was going to be larger than 20 characters base game?
We had no idea how many characters were going to be in the game, and we didn't know there would be... We didn't know there'd be 20 base characters until they also announced that another 20 would be coming as DLC.
Well, what about the image of the
so then
roster?
it's just the idea of...
What about the image of the roster?
You mean from, like...
It shows, like, all of the question mark slots, and it's, like, the same amount of slots per series.
They do not match up. It is set... During, when they would show it at events and stuff, it was 7 per row, and then they'd have one for each IP, and then they had a 5th, etc. one that just had random select. But each one only had 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7 is 28, so that still doesn't really add up. Nothing's adding up. We don't know. And no, we have to wait till someone says something. But again,
so the backlash is more because of how much content they announced ahead of time before the game released.
Yeah.
And how low it is, especially for a game that is team-based rather than a single character fighting a single character.
It's less that it's a low amount of characters for a team-based game. It's more like everyone but 4 characters, which are the Ruby characters, are reused assets. 2 of the Ruby characters are DLC. And the game comes out 5 months from now.
So, like you said, something's not adding up.
Something fucking happened. My current theory is that Dragon Ball FighterZ turned out to be a more expensive product than they thought it would be to produce, and that is somehow dipping into the budgets of their other titles. But, again, until we hear anything, we won't know. I am staying optimistic, just because instead of having to deal with mistranslations and stuff, we now have an NA Arc System Works branch that is working on this game that it will be easier to communicate with. So, again, there is plenty of time for this to change. But at the same time, you think they would have had
something out hours after it happened, right?
No,
because the announcement came from the awards broadcast that was Japanese, you said, right? So maybe not.
Yeah, it happened very, very early this morning, around right when I woke. And just throughout the day,
I'm expecting then sometime during the week, because it's also the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully something changes. And again...
And if you don't see anything during the week, then you should probably start moving. That's what I would say.
I would give it a bit for them to... Because it's not something they could change or even, like, address overnight. They'd probably want to have a plan in mind before they announce, like... anything.
They could do something minimal, like we've heard you and we're discussing internally or something. Something as simple as that within this first week. Not necessarily we're going to change something, just
within the first 2 weeks. Because people are still confused about what's going on. So, yeah, but again, if it were Capcom before, like, all this Arcade Edition stuff, I would not have thought, like, we're fucked, that's it. Nothing is going to change. Because of how shitty their PR has been. Arc System Works is better when it comes to their PR. Better marginally. They still have kind of shitty DLC practices where they've definitely gotten better where you don't have to rebuy entire games just for a couple of characters. They've learned how
that's
DLC
exactly
work.
what the game you're talking about sounds like.
But I mean like a new $60 version. Because that's the way.
Isn't that what you are talking about? What's CrossTag launching at?
We don't know. All we know is it's not full price. It's 5,800 yen is usually around games cost in Japan. It is currently priced at 53. So I'm thinking it'll either be 50 bucks at like the most here, but usually when games release not at full price in America, it's 40. So that's what I'm saying.
That's still like pretty close to full price if you're talking 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is at
that's not
most
really
50.
A cushion or anything to be like.
It's not.
At least not full price. It's
But
not
see,
saying anything.
But then it becomes a thing where it's like, if it's 40, and then the complete pack for all the DLC characters is 20, then it adds up to 60. Is it still a problem? What is it even like? That's
what was
why
the
we
purpose
just don't
of calling
know.
a DLC at that point?
Yeah, just release the game for 60 as a complete pack. Like we don't know. We have to wait for people to say stuff about it. I don't know. I'm upset until I'm given a reason to not be upset.
I'm dry. Does that help? It says right there.
I'm dry.
I'm 1.5 on the dry meter.
The dryometer.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
It's this map again.
Fuck.
Yeah, we don't have much to add because we talked about it beforehand.
The only other
But I'll be down to get them when the prices are dropped. Because I just want to play with friends.
The only other thing I could possibly think of, the last thing I'd want to add, is that there is a limited edition of the game. It does come with the all-in-one character pass, but we don't know what the price of that is. It seems like the only thing it really comes with is it's like a small art book and the DLC. So as soon as we know the price difference on that, we can how much that season pass will be. But again, I don't know.
Oh yeah. So yeah, for future. Oh man, I just covered up the Pop Team Epic reference. For someone search for that later. For future Splatfest, I guess we got to start the stream an hour early. Or if more people want to actually join in during Splatfest, we can still start at 10 and just play for an hour. But then I can't get to my champion status, and we can't get to comedy champion.
I'll be right back in a drink.
Damn.
So it's a very weird situation. I don't know why they changed that. What happened? Why is it just an hour early now?
That is weird. I don't know what time zone they would even be compensating.
Yeah. That's so, and it wasn't daylight savings because we've done a lot of Splatfest since then. Nothing changed. It's the new year. That's all that's really changed. Well,
Does the day end at 11 p.m. now?
Was that 2018?
That wasn't in the patch notes.
Law? Yeah. I was still like, I was worried about those emergency warning exploits, but I didn't see anything about the time of day changes. I don't know, maybe we can get a hotfix soon. The enemy team needs a oh, never mind, they're doing well. No, I'll still say it, the enemy team needs a hotfix because they're not doing well.
It's time to play Firework or Gunshot.
I love America.
I'm back.
Oh, I just covered it up again. Fuck.
Going back to fighting game stuff, though, when it comes to maps, Dragon Ball Fighter seems to be varied enough with maps. Like, they all look really unique and beautiful.
They all look like Dragon Ball stages.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd expect.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
There's fucking
There's nothing
Canyon,
wrong with it.
and then
Jesus,
there's
Rita.
Night Desert, and then there's, like, Green Planet. I don't know.
But then there's the
it's called
underground
Namek.
cave from Battle of Gods
What
movie.
did I
love
say?
that one.
Green Planet.
Yeah,
The
it's
canyon.
Big Green's Planet.
You okay, Rita? I think Rita had a nightmare.
We got the World Tournament stage. My dog was having a nightmare. That's why I woke him up.
But like, what? Yeah, there's no expectations.
I don't think
for
any of
Dragon Ball.
any of them are interesting at all. They're just Dragon Ball stage.
Yeah, because we've seen them. So
I've
many
played
times.
on that stage for fucking 10 years. But they can't add anything else because it's fucking Dragon Ball. There's no room for innovation.
What about the underground map, the cave that I was talking about?
What cave?
It's kind of different and unique.
It's
Is
a
that the
cave.
one in? Is that the one where you fight Beerus in
water?
Xenoverse?
That
Dragon
yes,
Ball
but
map?
I'm talking. It's from the movie. But yeah,
But
It's a cave.
I don't know.
it's a cave that's really dark, but kind of eerie, but kind of blue, and it's cool, and there's water.
It's a cave.
I don't know. I like it. I like it. I thought.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
like
decent
Dragon
map.
Ball. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's expecting anything more.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it any awards, but I guess that everything looks
Well,
good
just-
in that.
I know
when
you were
Arcs-
talking with Tekken 7, you said they were boring, but with Dragon Ball, it's just...
Well, it's like-
they're not boring, so...
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
also
think that's really comparable. That's just not comparable.
it's a different reason why I think each are like stale. Because Tekken has
Okay.
had these really crazy, unique, innovative stages that are like don't even fucking make sense in universe. Like Tekken 5 has an elevator
Okay.
into space. It doesn't
Okay, I
make
get
any
what you're
sense at
saying
all.
now. So
But
you're
it's
saying,
awesome.
So you're saying compared to the past, those are boring, and because you've seen Dragon Ball for 10 plus years now, those are stale. I got
There's
you now.
nothing.
I
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
Totally
It's-
fair. That's
Because, and with Dragon Ball, I don't expect them to do anything different. I don't to see how it would even be possible. People would complain. It wouldn't make any sense. But they did what they needed to do, and they made the stages look good. And like,
But you've seen them. Okay, that's
I don't.
fair.
Yeah, none of them are going to be my
Oh,
favorite
jeez.
fighting game stage of all time by far. But like, it's they did it. Good job. That's it.
Okay.
all I got
No,
for
I
it.
understand now. I was a bit confused at first. Because
It helps.
I personally just don't get tired of the maps. I always think they change them up a tiny bit each version. So I
There are
always
some
enjoy it.
that I really like. I like the beach stage. I like the
Oh, like the tropical.
yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. The
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't-
archipelago.
yeah. It doesn't look like Super Dragon Ball-y. I do like the city.
That
for
one's
sure.
more from Budokai 3, I think. That's
Oh,
the
come
one
on.
they took inspiration from.
But
Or I think there's like a part in Cell Saga or Android Saga that it has that. It's very brief.
yeah. But when it's like Canyon, like I'm so sick of Canyon. I know like 99% of fights in Dragon Ball happen in Canyon. Namek is
Canyon's
cool
kinda
because you
cool, but
blow
I
up
agree.
Namek. That's fine.
Namek blowing up
has to
always
be
looks
right.
cool. I like the city ruins because it's like an eerie green rather than just all gray. There's still gray there,
Yeah.
but it's an eerie green.
And then
I like city ruins.
Kai's planet is cool. I would have
Supreme
liked.
Kai's planet is nice.
I would have liked Kami's Lookout. I think would have been a cool. That's probably one of my favorite locales in Dragon Ball, and the hyperbolic time chamber. I think those two are
I
cool.
want a
That would've been
hyperbolic
good-
time
that
chamber,
would've been a
not
good
necessarily
training map.
Kami's Lookout.
That would be a really
Yeah.
good train stage. Actually, maybe they did. Hold on. Maybe, we
Maybe
just
that's
don't
what
know.
it will be. That would be a nice surprise.
No, I think
Um,
we've seen it before. The training stage. Pretty sure we've seen
They
it.
don't have a training stage.
No,
Really
I'm
not?
I'm pretty sure it's just been
No.
it's the tournament stage.
Huh.
Yeah, we've seen multiple stages where they practiced on. World Tournament is probably one of the more common ones we've seen. That or Planet Namek. Those two are favorites.
Yeah.
They have the space map that's just like on the moon or a meteor or something. I don't know. It looks okay.
Namek 2.
Okay, this is the
Namek Jr.
The Cell Games arena's kind of nice, and when that blows up, it's just kind of rocky.
and the space one is cool. 'cause it's
No,
space.
the more unique ones I think are the one that Max mentioned, the archipelago, the tropical one, and I like that cave one. I think that one looks unique enough.
Yeah.
I won. I did it.
Congrats. But no, I agree. Hyperbolic Time Chamber should have been a map, and maybe it will be.
Yeah, I can't wait to pay for it.
Or it'll be a training stage. You never know.
I
It'll
can't
be
wait.
in the expansion pack.
I can't wait to pay for that training stage. Funny
Well,
Gamer Army wins again. That's right.
The season
Comedy
pass is
rules.
only characters, isn't it? They
Yeah.
didn't say any plans for maps or music or anything. Well,
Well,
music
it's a season
I'm,
pass, not a character pass.
I think it's a
But I'm
character
saying
pass.
though, with the
I don't think
details
it's a
they
season
gave
pass.
out,
Yeah,
they
it is
said
a
it's
character
only
pass.
characters.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So it's like they'll probably have themes with those characters, but outside of that, I'd wonder if they'll actually add new maps because I would love to see new ones, even if it's not tons of them.
So is anyone planning to do a Dragon Ball stream?
Pop was gonna play through it on Go to Bed Cast.
Tonight?
Oh, tonight?
Tomorrow.
No, I don't have a capture card.
Oh, that's right.
I just shipped it out this morning. Finally.
Ooh.
Ah!
I was gonna say if no one else does it, I'll do it.
Actually, I think I still have my Elgato, which
Mhm.
I don't want to use.
Otherwise,
Well, that
I
wouldn't
could.
start for another 3 hours.
we can play
Ugh.
Fate
I
for
don't know if
3
you guys are
hours.
gonna stay up that
We
late.
could play Fate for 3 hours. What the fuck? Why would we stop playing to play Dragon Ball?
Yeah, right.
That's dumb as shit.
Otherwise,
I'm playing
I mean,
Fate.
you
I'm
still.
playing Fate.
Otherwise, you have all day tomorrow and all day Monday because it doesn't end till Tuesday at 3 a.m. Eastern. Because that would be midnight for.
Oh, I
West
thought it
Coast.
was shorter
And
than
my
that.
shoot starts Monday.
Okay. never
No,
mind then.
it's 2 days long for people.
Shoot myself.
It's 2 days long for normal people. People that pre-ordered had since last night.
To play Mr. Bones. We've already played Mr. Bones.
Stop asking! I swear to God.
It's already been played.
Every time you ask for Mr. Bones, I extend my vacation by 3 months.
Way to go.
I check.
No.
We were so close.
I also switch my comeback game. Changes
Again?
every time. Yeah. I've gone through 3 since the last time that I said what my comeback game was. Since it's gotta be special, alright? You can't just come back on a fucking...
They all were special.
What, the games that I had
Yeah.
ideas for? No.
Yeah.
Nah.
All
They
right.
weren't as special as they could have been. When I come back, it's gonna change Twitch forever, alright? Fuck, I really did have...
You're gonna bring in those 30 subs that we need to get paid monthly.
Nope. I'm bringing 28. Just
Oh,
enough
close
to be
enough.
substantial, but not enough to make a big difference. Every 2 months is fine, I think. It's...
As long as people keep giving them bits, we'd be good.
Heck yeah.
I still don't get bits. Just donate. Here's money that you can't use until you get $95 more. Here you go.
Yep. Unless everyone gives those big bits like Tom did,
Thanks, Tom.
and we can get it right away.
If you want to donate in bits, that's totally okay. Just make sure that you only donate $100 at a time.
Yeah, that would make it easier to actually give it to whoever it was streaming at the time. Otherwise, it's actually impossible to tell when you donate bits.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that the last time.
Yeah, there's no
Like, it
physical way to
just-
track it.
It's crazy that Stream Alerts still doesn't.
Yeah, Stream Alerts doesn't,
Support that.
PayPal doesn't. They just lie about what time the donation comes in.
Yeah, you said there were plenty of times where there were just donations that happened when no one was streaming, right?
Yeah, like during the
Or
day
it was
or in
like
the middle of
4
the night.
a.m. or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Now we have to have somebody. We gotta hire somebody to watch our pad. And if somebody donates, they gotta write down who's streaming, the time, how much.
Do you think anyone uses Twitch as like a money laundering scheme?
We do, Pop. I mean, we don't. We're just really shitty at it. Apparently. I'll give you a hint. Their Twitch channel is an acronym, and they've been streaming for the past week.
Not
Wow,
any longer.
What a crazy heel turn that would be. AGDQ revealed to be a big money laundering scheme. It actually probably wouldn't be that big of a. I wouldn't
Based
be
off
too
what
shocked.
we've heard already about how sketchy it is with some of the places, we'd just be kind of like,
I mean, years
told you.
ago. Years ago, when you went to a donation page, it wasn't the person's or the Doctors Without Border or PCF's page. Now it is.
It's like, why am I just donating?
well, I
to
thought it was
Spike
the
Vegeta's
organization itself,
PayPal?
not
This
Doctors
doesn't
Without
make
Borders, the other one that you didn't like.
PCF? PCF is a very suspicious company.
Yeah.
I suggest people do research on it before donating to PCF.
What is
But
PCF?
Doctors Without Borders sounds
Cancer
like it's pretty
Cancer awareness.
I know what cancer is. I hate cancer awareness. I have had family members who have died from cancer. I've gone through it. I know the whole spiel. And I think everybody else at this point, based on how many people donate, say the same fucking thing. We know what cancer is. That's not the problem. You gotta fix it. You gotta cure cancer.
itself.
Right.
My I think I told
It's
you
the same
guys,
thing with
but
the pink ribbon and breast cancer awareness. It is literally just awareness.
doesn't actually help.
I am not gonna go for a run so that Ginny down the street knows what breast cancer is. He knows.
But I
gonna
think I told
sit-
you guys, my dog has cancer at the moment, and he's yeah. So
That is
he's still suffering from that. We'll see how long he goes, but he's outside of him physically looking sick and him like tripping up and down the stairs sometimes, he acts like normal, which is really crazy.
Have you donated to AGDQ yet, so that other people know about
My
how your
dog
dog has cancer?
and it's been real tough.
My dog has cancer. Anyway, just for the Dark Souls run.
Poor dog. Like he can't jump up on
that's
beds anymore
super
either.
sad.
It's too high for him. That's what I feel real bad about. Because he can't. He used to always lay on the bed like near my dad, and he can't reach it anymore. My dad's trying to figure out a way to like put something near the bed because it's pretty tall bed too though.
Right.
So he can climb up there because he doesn't want the dog to just constantly for the last however many months of his life to be next to the bed and
You gotta
not
get
getting
that.
as much attention.
Gotta get a wheelchair accessible for your dog.
God. I was thinking like what in the house we could just use as like a makeshift ramp or little staircase.
It's got like a plank
But
of
we
wood.
don't really have much. We don't really
You gotta
have
buy
much
some
for
little
that would
pillow
hold
steps.
him.
We looked in the deck because Rita really wants up on the bed, but she can't make it. She can make it up on the love seat fine and couches, but not on a bed.
Well, like with
And she's
here,
very
my
determined.
my couch is low enough where he can get onto my couch, and then it's close enough to the bed where he can get onto my bed. But there's nothing there for my dad's bed, so he's always laying next to it. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I was thinking about it today again. Like, what could we possibly put there? And there's nothing that would be stable enough where it doesn't just break and also just consistently hold to his weight. So, but we'll find something soon. I think we'll find something.
Guess what time it is, Popcorn?
What time?
Guess.
It's 10:53 p.m.
That's
Central
right.
Time.
It's ramen meal time.
Nice.
Yeah. All
You
right.
enjoying your non-noctis cup noodle?
It's pretty depressing. Especially considering how I'm way more excited for Dissidia than I was before.
Well, how did it go with Phil?
Is that I didn't watch
It
it.
went
Is that a
good.
fighting
Omni is
game, or-
definitely the source of all lag-related issues.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. We did good though. It took some warm-up matches.
Is it
we
a
ended on
fighting
a-
game or what is it?
It's like an arena fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3v3, random teammates. Or not random, but yeah, you have teammates.
Yeah.
That are other players.
And it's kind of class-based, where it's assassins, vanguards, who are like tanks, specialists who do like
Is
very
it like a
specific
multiplayer-only title?
marksman. No, it's got a full story mode. It's got tons of offline modes, actually. Yeah, it's... I think the focus going forward for this one is going to be multiplayer, but it still has, like, cutscenes and story. Even the beta had some story elements in it. It's kind of cool, but... Yeah. It's looking fun. It's another game that you got to buy a season pass to get the... But they also said they were gonna... They also said they were gonna support that game until it has 50 characters, apparently. So
I mean, I feel
don't-
like with
doesn't
that,
have
they
that
already,
much.
like, have enough. I don't know.
50's a lot.
Yeah.
50's a lot of characters.
Especially
I
in
like,
a game where a lot of people are just gonna play Cloud.
Yeah, and Cloud's really good. We finished the stream. Our team name was Let's Get Serious, and we were 3 Clouds.
They should have been not interested.
During the last because the beta's going through 3 cycles where they swap out the characters. During the last one, they're adding Noctis, so our team name is going to be Knocked Up.
God,
That's so lame.
It's really lame.
It's
I'm
exciting.
excited.
That's something Noctis would do.
How many characters are going to be there at launch, though? That you say 50's a lot.
A good amount, actually, at this point. Hold on, let me check.
How many are in beta?
In beta, you still don't know.
At most 20, I think. At most.
I think it's more than 20. As of right in the base, in the beta right now, at
Yeah,
a time,
yeah.
maybe 20.
But I feel like that's enough because that still is like, I think 1 pro tag and 1 end tag from each game. Except like 14 and 15. I don't know. It's in different circumstances because of what it is. I feel.
There are 28 characters in the game right now.
Although once
Okay.
I don't know. It'll be interesting who they pick from 15. Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, Aranea. They can only go
Aranea.
wrong if they don't put Aranea in.
All right. Well, I wouldn't have a problem with Arden.
Arden, okay, fine. Arden.
Yeah.
I'd love to play as fucking King Lucius,
Ravis,
actually.
that would be pretty wrong.
Yeah, Ravis would be awesome.
Oh, all right.
He'd be a specialist. And then, yeah, there's options. They could put.
Did you say
Tifa in.
Regis the king? They got
Yeah,
yeah.
Regis. I would like to play as Regis. Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot who Ravis was.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Yes, that is Ravis. I wouldn't be too excited for Ravis. He's whatever.
All right. So yeah.
Regis,
we're
on the other
we're on the
hand.
same page then. Yeah.
Yeah, Regis definitely 100%. You know, 7 they could add Tifa. I would really like to see some fucking guest characters. I think it'd be fun, especially if you're gonna put 50 characters in. Fuck, why not? Throw Sora in.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That'd be really dope.
Sora again. I would 3 guest characters: Sora, Chrono, Aya, Bria. That's it. I think that'd be really cool. Probably won't do it. They'll probably maybe put one of the World of Final Fantasy kids in. Maybe.
I think Sora would have to happen. If they do a guest character, I think Sora would. That's what I bet on.
It would be him 100%. What other Final Fantasy spin-offs are there? Oh, My Life as a King.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, the pro tag. Get his canon name.
Sucks to say, we'll probably see some more characters from 13. Probably Lightning Sister.
returns.
Lightning Sister is a pretty strong candidate, as well as I guess it'd be Snow. I don't know. Oh, the guy from 2. That no one knows the name of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, remember the time that they added N7 armor in the Final Fantasy 13 too?
Red 13 would be cool. Be different.
He would not be the 7 pick, unfortunately.
No, probably not.
Tifa would be the first one.
Probably,
without a
yeah.
doubt. Oh shit, we already have clues for who the DLC characters are, actually.
Oh, let's hear them.
Hold on, let me find it. They are really not helpful at all.
Someone out there
preface
knows. Someone out there.
No, I don't think you realize how. But, like, we can infer, but yeah, it's. Hold on, where the fuck? I think it was on Gamatsu.
Is it like when Yoshi P wore a Spider-Man shirt and that was the hint for Samurai? Because that was the hint for Samurai.
No,
Well, damn.
it's not quite that.
Did you say N7 armor in 13-2? That's what he said.
Yeah. I'm not gonna link it in chat. Look it up yourself.
Well, jeez.
Okay, here we go. Character capacities. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So the first one is a male, and he's new.
Oh, it's totally Tifa. Cool, so, okay, Tifa's
Hold on.
confirmed.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm not done. He's male. He is a new character to Dissidia. And he is from the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. The next character is a male who is a new character to Dissidia from the older half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. There's a new female character to Dissidia from the newer half of the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. There's another new male from the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. There's a female who previously appeared in Dissidia from the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. And there's a male who is a new character from the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. Those are the clues.
Okay, so, well then that means we know Tifa, Prompto, Balthier, Vince,
No, it's not Tifa.
Kate
Tifa is the
Sith's human
returning female
form
character.
was definitely on that list you just described.
No, female previously appeared in the City of Final Fantasy series from the newer half of numbered Final Fantasy titles. That's not Tifa.
Well, that sounds like a specific one.
It's specific, but it's specifically not Tifa. So who else was in Dissidia that was a female?
Yeah, look it up. Who was?
I'm going.
Or
I'm doing
Riku.
it.
Riku or Yuffie.
It's Riku.
Wouldn't that be a cool guest character? Kingdom Hearts in Dissidia.
I want to play as Kingdom Hearts.
Just play Sora,
Garsh.
Donald.
Gowrish, Sora?
1 second.
No, don't put any Disney in there, actually.
Garrosh.
Sora,
Yeah, Goofy. Goofy is
Irie,
coming to
Ventus,
Dissidia.
Roxas.
Alright, so it'd be starting in 8. Kucha, Jackson, Toto, Gabranth? Laguna Loire? Are you a dude? I can't. You must be a dude. You're a dude. Okay, so it's not you. It's Yuna. It is 100% Yuna.
I could have guessed that one.
Ah, that's depressing.
Oh, you know who's gonna be appearing in Dissidia? Ezia.
Ezio.
The joke pick is Adam Jensen. Popcorn.
No, because fucking
Because of
Assassin's Creed
15.
and Final Fantasy did the fucking
Crossover.
crossover.
Yeah, that's canon.
Oh shit, you're right, dude. Oh man.
And if you have, you get special interactions if you have him and Noctis on a team.
Like, hey, thanks for saving the town, Noctis. Here's your honorary assassin badge.
And then he's just gonna fucking squeal.
That fucking festival DLC was so confusing because it was like a historical thing, but it was also clearly a video game that they had all played.
Yeah. Well, Noctis and Prompto played it.
Yeah, like, so what was it? Was it a game based on history? Like actual history?
Isn't that the best part?
It's so fucking bizarre. I can't believe I'll never be able to play it again. Fucking Christ. All right, I think we will be able to stream Dragon Ball. It's not Aerith or Tifa. It's definitely Yuna. There's no one else it could be.
For that specific one, yeah.
For that specific slot.
So
But that also deconfirms Tifa entirely. Because all the other ones are new characters to Dissidia, and Tifa would not be a new character.
Oh man. Lame.
Sorry.
So then they better
I
get
want
started
Barrett.
on that remake.
I need Barrett.
There was, I was watching
It's so
a
bad.
lot of fighters beta footage today on stream, and I still think Freeze is gonna be a really fun pick once once the game comes out. I can't wait to play Frieza. And it looks also like the supers do more damage, because I know that was a complaint. It looks like they deal more damage now, in general.
Did we win? Oh man.
All right, I'll be able to stream, but it's going to be delayed a tiny bit. It's like a 1, 2, okay, second and a half.
Right.
Which I don't care if the people watching, like, what I'm saying is delayed from what like is happening on screen. That doesn't matter to me. It's audio. Like, fighting games with delayed audio is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll try it.
But you don't mean tonight?
Yeah, I'll be
I
up.
don't know if I'll be up.
I will definitely. No,
I'm only gonna be up if you guys are up.
I'm taking the torch, I guess. I'll be up.
We'll see.
We can't play with each other anyway.
Yeah, so...
Well, you can get into empty lobbies.
That's why
There's
we got
so many servers. Well,
is
who
that
knows
an
how
option?
servers? I mean, servers were kind of wonky last night when they went up, and since this is going to be
it's the
open
lobby
beta,
system. It's the lobby system from Guilty Gear, so yeah, we can.
yeah,
try.
so
We just
you'll
hop
be able
on a
to
thing
choose
together.
what coast, and then there's so many different servers within each
Yeah,
coast.
okay, so it's like Guilty Gear. That's fine then.
Yeah. So you can enter a sparse one, and even if it takes like 1 or 2 times because there's a handful in there, you will find each other. But it's I have no idea how wonky they'll be, because it's definitely going to be a stress test this morning, I imagine.
Yeah, so...
It's gonna be rough.
RUFF rough. Not like sandpaper rough. What is this Splatfest? You mean, what was this Splatfest that ended? It was action versus comedy. And we went with comedy.
Did you win?
Well, it ended up winning.
We won't know for a few hours.
Oh, okay.
They gotta tally the results.
They gotta check all the exploiters, make sure they get all the cheaters' votes out of there.
Yeah, if you're out there cheating, fuck you.
What's wrong with you? It's a kid's game.
What's wrong with you, Bill? Oh my god, they could put Neko from The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
That's a Squeenix
That's
game.
getting a Switch release. I was surprised.
It's like a remake. It's like a full remake. They redid all the graphics. I can't play the same because it doesn't have 2 screens.
And it's Final Mix. Does that mean you're going to get a sequel? I forget who was super into that series.
It hasn't
In
had an
GTP.
epilogue. The Switch
Yeah.
version is gonna have an added epilogue, so you get that.
Who was super into it though in G2B? Because I swear there was someone.
Into the World Ends with You? That would have been Max, if anyone. So-
Maybe it was Nelson.
It could. It was.
Oh.
It was 100% Nelson because Neku was his avatar.
Yeah.
I think it still is.
Okay.
Sorry to accuse you like
feel
that, Max.
It's fine. How dare you say I like that game? I've never even played it. I
Yeah,
have
I
listened to
haven't
the soundtrack for a very long time, though. It is a good soundtrack.
Oh, jeez.
Ring a Bell from Bravely Default. I don't know who that is, but
I think if GDQ should still be going, and then I'll rewatch the Mario stuff. The randomizer for Zelda was really good.
I've only gone back and watched the Resident Evil 7 run, and that's only because Steven wanted to, because he thought I really wanted to, which I just asked a question. We want to talk about falsely accusing Max for caring about something more than he actually does, that Resident Evil run. I didn't really give a shit, but it was a good run. I'm happy I watched it.
You made it sound like you were really interested in it.
All I said was I was looking at the schedule, and I was like, oh shit, I was reading the wrong side. I thought the Resident Evil 7 run was only going to take 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I'm the biggest Resident Evil 7 fan under the sun.
You mentioned it at least 3 times. I
The
remember.
new character is gonna be Demon Slayer.
Which is why we
Eurus.
all thought you wanted to see that one. Because even Cheat thought you wanted to see that
Cheat's a dick. You can't trust Cheat. He lies.
one. Because,
Oh, well.
like, I know you put something in Discord chat. There was a time where you mentioned it in voice as well with us. So I
might have
you
pointed
wanted to
it
see
out
that
because it
one.
was I couldn't believe it was even there.
Oh,
I still
shit, it's
couldn't.
after
As I was
12.
watching, I couldn't believe
It's
it.
after 12 and I'm still going. They got me like that. We'll do one more game.
Oh shit! And then we're gonna switch this. Then we switch to Fate.
Oh boy.
Do you want to do Fate?
I'll play some Fate.
Okay.
I'm gonna make food first, real fast. Well, ramen.
Yeah, go
I still
for
haven't
it.
done that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you already made the ramen. That's why you mentioned.
I never left. How was I gonna do that? What am I
don't
fucking
know.
magic? Oh my, he's such
I don't know. Maybe you have a kitchen right next to you.
You assume you make an ass out of you and me, Pop. You remember that.
Well, as long as you're also one.
Fate, yeah, how many people we got here? 11 people. Yeah. We'll keep going with Fate, and we'll show you all the amazing fighting game that is Fate. Unlimited codes.
And what console was that originally on?
It's on PS2. There's a version on PSP
Alright.
as well, but
Gotcha.
PS2.
I was just curious.
It is the best fighting game that never. Fuck. Is the official title. If we can get this last
Officially.
person. This game's more dead than what was that? Lawbreakers.
No, that's not true. Lawbreakers only had 4 people playing at a single time. And the only
other
reason I know
day.
that is because there was an image, the other
Yeah.
day in public Discord. It's a really damn shame because I heard that game was actually okay. It wasn't anything
Well,
fantastic,
we had
but
fun
it
when we
sounded
played
like
the beta. It was just, you know,
And
or
that
alpha.
too.
It was totally an alpha. So, but yeah,
right.
we still had fun.
But I mean, because of how people talked about that game, it sounded like one of those games that would have a very tightly knit community.
yeah.
That while wouldn't be huge, it would be stable. And it doesn't even have that, I guess. So
It was
that's just a real shame.
Cliffy B, right?
Yup.
Yeah, that guy's a dick. That guy's an asshole, so.
I
He-
don't
he
know
was-
him very well, but based off some of the comments he's made for
his
this
public
game
comments,
specifically,
yes.
he's just made really dumb comments.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, basically.
Our Lawbreakers is Overwatch, but for adults. It's the Dark Souls of FPSs. Just
I
a lot
really
of these
came back at the worst
clickbait-
time.
A lot of these dumb clickbait comments.
What are we even talking about?
Cliffy B.
Cliffy B and Lawbreakers. It's just like,
I love Cliffy B, but he's gotta stop. he's gotta stop. He gotta take a break.
it's gotta stop what? It's gotta stop what?
Whatever he's doing right now, just quit it.
You know, set the profile to private. Make a personal Twitter for a bit.
Yeah.
Come back to main
Cliffy
later.
Cliffy B was the main guy on Gears of War, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a little crazy.
We'll see now. Little Peter Molyneux.
Never go full Molyneux.
Let's not forget the best developer ever to exist, though, Phil Fish.
The tier list right now, the crazy tier list right now is like, in terms of people who are still relevant, it's like Cliffy B is up there just for thinking that anything he did with Lawbreakers was going to be like bigger than it really was. After Cliffy B is whoever the fuck headed up Battleborn. They're next. And then it's like...
Would that be Birch? Birch is just a writer, isn't he?
Birch is just a writer, and I think Randy Pitchford is still the CEO. He's not like head on that game.
Randy Pitchford is 100%.
Well, I don't think he's the head on that game, though. He's just head of Gearbox.
He's the head of,
Regardless,
he's the head of a lot of wrong things. So continue.
Yeah.
So he gets the blame. After that, you start getting into legitimately insane territory with Peter Molyneux and David Cage. Who thought it'd be a good idea to put a crazy child abuse murder scene in his game. nice job, David.
I mean, to be fair,
I think that's the
Heavy
top.
Rain had some heavy child abuse. Literally loses both his kids.
No, that's not child abuse. That's kids dying. Have you seen that? Listen, I don't care what you put in your video game, just make it good. David Cage should not be allowed to depict realistic scenes of fucking child abuse and child murder. That's just not something he should be able to do. But he did it. Because no one told him no. Because no one tells David Cage no.
All right,
You know what I want to see?
Well, let me wrap this up quick.
You know what would be a really smart move if they had a really good idea?
I
don't think Popcorn can listen. I don't think he listens with his ears.
No,
or
get
anything.
it out, Popcorn. Let's hear it.
No.
Can I also get something out when he's done?
No, you go first, Max, and then we'll go back.
Max goes first.
Okay, I just wanted to go off on a long rant about how Popcorn doesn't fucking listen to anybody. So we were talking earlier on stream. You all were there. This is a story that's new to no one. And Popcorn, I wanted to say something, and everyone said, "Hey, Max, say your thing. Say your thing." I got myself ready. I got myself pumped. I opened my mouth, and I said, "So I think..." And here comes Popcorn, la-di-da, just trouncing through the Discord. Have you guys seen Captain Underpants? I would talk about this for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Best movie.
I don't even know what I wanted to say, but all I remember is the soul-crushing feeling of being silenced in a stream that I was excited for, that I had looked forward to all day.
I'm sorry.
We're Go to Bedcast, and we stream every night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
And furthermore, he does this all the fucking time. It wasn't even just today.
It's something I have to get better at.
On Monday, we will continue Fallout 4. I promise there will be no more bugs, no more issues. We can just make progress.
I heard about
You're talking about Bethesda game.
That sounded
So
fucking awful.
we'll see how that goes. I'll give it 10 minutes before something goes wrong.
There you go.
Tuesday, Divinity 2 with Rave. Wednesday, Popcorn, Splan. Also Thursday.
Ton of Salem if World of Warcraft doesn't add up.
Great. Thursday will be another Fallout 4 night. We'll probably finish it then. And then Friday is Popcorn with his filler game. I'm going to wait till my character gets beyond this text bubble. We'll be back for the next Splatfest. And community nights. I do not know happiness. Oh. Wow, that's really depressing. Wow.
I'm gonna cry.
I think that's
He
it.
just appears in front of you too.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, you know, if I had that haircut too, never mind. Thank you for joining, everyone. Follow us on Twitter. And until next time, go to bed.
Go to bed.
Max, do you have something to say?
I think he's still making his ramen.
Are we still live?
Yeah. Yeah, do you have something to say?
I mean, I could just do the popcorn rant again, but that's I think
Go
I'm
to
done.
bed.